Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and good morning. Welcome to another review lesson, or I should say, just a quick review for topics that students have requested. The next review that students have been requesting quite a bit is equivalent ratios. So I wanted to make sure I covered this very quickly. It is a very short topic, which my editors will love because I apparently make a lot of mistakes, according to them anyway. So, but before I get started, please like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, I've done the whole YouTube thing, so please make sure you do that. Anyway, let's talk about equivalent ratios. Equivalent ratios are ratios that name the same comparison. It is very similar to equivalent fractions. Basically, if you know equivalent fractions, you know equivalent ratios. So the example on the screen is something that should be very familiar to some students. The question asks you to write two equivalent ratios for 6 to 8. You'll notice I used a colon for the example, but when I'm solving the problem, I write it in a fraction form. The reason I write it in the fraction form because it is much easier to work with at that point. So my first equivalent ratio is going to be me multiplying by 2 because that is probably the smallest number I can use. If I multiply by 1, nothing changes. So I'm going to multiply by 2. 6 times 2 equals 12. 8 times 2 equals 16. So as you can see, this should be something that should be very easy to you. So my first equivalent ratio is 12 to 16. Second, I have another equivalent ratio. In this case, instead of multiplying, I'm going to divide. So I'm going to divide by 2. So for this ratio, I divide both numbers by 2. I get 6 divided by 2, which equals 3, and 8 divided by 2, which equals 4. So my second equivalent ratio is 3 to 4. Again, you'll notice that I wrote them in fraction form because it is the easiest way to work with these type of problems. Do you have to work with them in fraction form? Of course not. Why you would want to do that? Totally up to you. I'm not going there. I put a little snippet on the bottom to make life easier for everybody. If you can find equivalent fractions, you can find equivalent ratios. And that's basically the easiest way for me to say it. If you know your equivalent fractions, your equivalent ratios will be the same thing. Other than that, that's all I have to say for this lesson. Stay safe, be well, and I will see you guys soon. As always, have a great day. Bye-bye now.